Everybody, it's Steve, your realtor from Remax Metropolis. I just got the statistics from the ITSO system, and I wanted to share my screen, and I wanted to go through that with you real quick. It's got some interesting, definitely interesting information. So the infographic here showing Barrie average sale price. Let me get out of the way here. 3.8% decline. Simcoe on average is 8% declined, and Toronto 5.7% decline. Very interesting, very broad statistic, but I tell you, when we look at the ITSO system, what ITSO is I'm part of the Barrie real estate board as well as the Toronto board. The ITSO system gives me the visibility of most of the other boards around Southern Ontario or around Ontario. And then we also we can look at the Toronto board as well. So that's an interesting thing, especially when I'm working with investor clients that are looking for properties outside of Toronto. This gives me a much better picture and the ability to research better. So this gives us Simcoe County. This is for the last year, so 12 months. As you can see, we start in January 21. Take a little dip in February, and then as soon as we hit late 21, things start to climb to our peak in February 22. And then we've seen, basically what I'm saying is all the gains that we made in late 21, early 22, we've given back basically, and we're trending back down to almost 2021 rates, but if not less. So what's interesting here, this is all product types. So if I click here and I go for 800,000 and above, you can see a vastly different graph. But also what this is also it's showing a smaller sampling. So that's why you're seeing the jagged indicators here. But we're seeing in properties over 800,000, we're seeing a growth actually between September of 22 and October of 22 in both, or in the Simcoe area. In the greater ITSO region, we're seeing a similar decline in price. So that's an interesting, as you drill down with these graphs, it's quite interesting. So I'll just switch over right now just to Peterborough, because I've been working with some clients looking for some investment properties in Peterborough. And as you can see, we still have the same peaks and valleys that we did in the greater ITSO and arguably in Toronto as well. But again, we are seeing decline, and we are almost down to our early 2021 price point. And then again with this, if I go, let's go to anything over 500,000. Again, a little bit more jagged representation, but much the same trending. And so I'll just pull up one more just to show you Waterloo region, because again, for investment properties, it's an interesting region. More smooth transitions, not as much volatility there. But again, we are basically back down to early January 21 pricing. And then again, if we dial in some higher price points, we see a little bit of a more higher peak, obviously, which makes sense. And then a pretty flat transition between August and October. So again, I think we've seen the bulk of, or a fairly drastic reduction in pricing since February. Are things going to go down lower? It's anybody's guess, because of the fact that we've already seen probably most of the interest rate hikes that we're going to see. There's been talk of interest rates coming back down next year, depending on how the inflation rate performs. But that's the key indicator, is inflation. Anyway, so that's a real quick overview of this system. If you have any questions, reach out to me. If you want to see something in your your particular neighborhood, region, area, reach out to me and I'll be happy to go through these numbers with you. Have a great day. We'll talk soon.